I wanted to share with you all my experience with Mabon this year and just what the Sabbath meant to me. This is Monday, so the Sabbath was yesterday on Sunday. And just kind of wanted to share a little bit about the card work that I did for Mabon yesterday. I worked with the Spirit of the Wheel meditation deck, and I worked exclusively with, let's see, I think 5 cards, and I'm just going to pull them out now. On the medicine wheel, the harvest moon officially ended yesterday, the space of the harvest moon. So I began my card work with the harvest moon card, and the keywords for that were turning point, preparation, and gathering. And then I also worked with the western portion of the medicine wheel, which is a space that I really find very magical, and where I end up doing a lot of work in that space. And I've talked about this in other videos, that this is the western portion of the medicine wheel, and the Sabbats of Mabon and Samhain are really a lot about turning from the outward and into the inward space, and working a lot with that area. So I chose cards that were located in the western portion of the medicine wheel, with the exception being that I did I chose to work with the Frog Clan card about cleansing, release, and healing. I had an interesting day yesterday as far as in my relationships and conversations with others, and so I really felt like I needed the Frog Clan kind of as a backup, just to help me to realize that I was holding on to a lot of things and needed to release a lot, and kind of do a little bit of spirit cleanup and energy cleanup yesterday. So I had an interesting experience with Mabon, but the cards that I drew really had a lot to say, and I'm sorry, I have some smudge marks from my beeswax candle on me. I just finished working with someone with the cards, so I had blown out a candle. That's that smudge mark that you see right there. So I started with, first of all, just the actual space on the medicine wheel of the western space, which is about recuperation, creativity, and dreams. And obviously, Black Bear Woman is the grandmother of the West. So you can see bear is here. I mean, for different tribes, it's different. The way I was taught is this Black Bear Woman. So, and the artwork is absolutely incredible in this deck. So it's very powerful and really helped me to open up and do a lot of my honoring of the Sabbath through card work yesterday, which was not how I was intending to do my Sabbath, but ended up being how I observed my Sabbath. So then I went through the 3 stations on the medicine wheel that are covered in the West. So the 3 life experiences that kind of are summed up by the space of the western portion on the medicine wheel. And the first of those is experience, I believe, yes. On the spirit path of the West, letting go, movement forward, and reflection. The next is introspection, new perspective, retreat, and unity. And there's the black bear right there. And then the final space on the spirit path of the West is strength, offering assistance, mediation, and patience. So I'm going to read a few quotes to you from the book that accompanies the deck that really hit home for me yesterday. And there was one affirmation that I really, really appreciated, that I think is really valuable and holds a lot of the energy of the space of Mabon. So here's the affirmation. Spirit powers of the West, guide me on my journey into the silence, where I may feel the spirit of my dreams come to life. Help me to replenish my creativity so that I may move into a more balanced and harmonious state of mind. And I feel like that is a really powerful affirmation, not just for all of us, but for myself right now, where I am on the medicine wheel, on the wheel of the year, and for the Sabbath of Mabon. So really talking about moving into a more balanced and harmonious state of mind, and that was really powerful for me and really hit home, and has been cause for a lot of self-reflection over the last, I don't know, probably 48 hours. And then this quote also I thought was very powerful. Take some time for reflection in your own life. Whatever situations you have recently undergone need time to settle. For it is only after reflection that we can truly draw upon the knowledge gained and then move forward. Honor this knowledge you have gained and use it wisely to co-create a future that is aligned with your higher purpose. This card is also a reminder to live your life fully in the present with no regret over the past. So I thought that was another really powerful thing about introspection and needing a time of withdrawal. And honoring that, you need that space to understand how you've gotten where you are and what's brought you here. And then that pause in order to let go. And then it's time to co-create a new and different experience. And in Oracular Fantastical, we talked about that in the last video with Alice in a Sea of Tears, that it's time to step out of that experience. And yet there is that pause and that breath to allow yourself to assimilate and to let events settle before you move into action. So I think Mabon is really about that. I mean, it is the harvest, one of the harvest Sabbaths, and as the harvest moon card speaks about, it is time to enjoy the bounty that you've brought forth and sown over the year. And so that means that you also need to honor and allow yourself to feel what the experiences of creating and sowing the seeds has been. So I think that that ties in really well with Mabon, and I was really appreciative of that message. And then the last quote that I had written down is, this is an optimum time to work on developing your dreams and visions. From a place of balance and solitude, your true nature and potential will reveal itself. Taking the time to retreat and gain some perspective will bring you into a state of balance where your mind, body, emotions, and spirit are all working in sync. So I think that those quotes and those messages from the Spirit of the Wheel book were really powerful. And there was something about laying these cards out that was really strong energetically, and I feel like summed up what the Sabbath meant for me this year, which was really about taking a time out and examining how I've created certain situations, both positive and negative, not just negative, but positive as well, the good things that have been created in my life. And then like taking that pause and that stop and honoring that and bringing all of the energetic bodies into balance. And here's Tallulah. Before then moving into action, the action of taking the harvest and creating something, co-creating the spirit, something new from that. So I found that to be very powerful, and the images on the cards are really powerful as well. So I feel like I learned a lot from this Mabon. It wasn't so much about ritual